gentlemen, welcome to Madhouse TV, live. DJ Vinnie Dice in the house with you once again. You know, when you're on live TV, you got to make sure everything's right.
Thank you for coming on the show.
It's your pleasure. Today, I have a special guest with me, Mr. Johnny Lala, backup singer from the Delphonics. Ladies and gentlemen, Johnny Lala. Brooklyn, New York, my hometown. This isn't no Jersey Shore stuff. This is real reality TV at its finest. Do you think that you have what it takes? Because I don't know what you're doing. Ladies and gentlemen, from Brooklyn, New York, cousin, how you doing?
Listen, it's all about the way you present yourself.
What else you need to know? Here we go. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Madhouse TV. DJ Vinnie Dice in the house with you. I want to thank Astra, who was my last guest. Astra, thank you for being on the show. Great job. We'll catch you on 106.1 WBLI. Special shout out to Sean over there at IGA. He had a peanut and a chocolate bar, and he had a reaction.
Oh, really?
Oh, hope he's all right. All right, Sean. Big shout out to Eddie over at AGD Construction. They're doing all the molding in my house. Looks like the White House or something. Boxes everywhere, but thank you, Eddie. Today I have a very special guest with us, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome to the show. He is the brother of Mindf, Criss Angel. His name is JD. JD, welcome to the show, my friend.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. My honor.
Absolutely. It's a pleasure for you to take time. I know you guys are very busy, and yeah, it's absolute pleasure to have you.
I appreciate having me on.
All right.
Looking forward to talking about what you got going on.
I got nothing going on, JD. I mean, there's a few things here and there, but people are viewing it at home, and they want to know what's going on with you, with Criss, and what do you guys got coming up? Fill us in.
Well, we're very fortunate. As you may or may not know, we've been on A&E for 6 years doing the Mindf series. Very fortunate to be doing that for 6 seasons. But now we just switch networks, and my brother's been filming for about 4 months now, just finished. And October 15th is our premiere on a new network on Spike TV. So if you guys want to watch our new season, it's called Criss Angel Believe, starting October 15th on Spike TV. Now we're not sure exactly what time it's going to be airing, so check in, your networks and find out what time it's starting. But we're excited about it.
And that's a 1-hour show.
Yeah, 1 hour. We used to be on for a half an hour on A&E, but now we're going to be on for an hour.
You know, growing up, I always loved magic, And unfortunately, you watch the YouTube videos and stuff, and a lot of magic isn't much of a secret anymore. Some of it isn't.
Right.
But what your brother does, I mean, that's to the next level.
Well, what he wants and has been doing is trying to set himself separate and unique and different from everybody else. As you see, he doesn't wear a tux, he doesn't wear a bow tie. He's edgy, he's more of the pop culture, he's what's happening now. And his look, the way he presents himself, how he speaks, and his charisma, I think, not because he's my brother, but because of what he has done in the world of illusions and magic. He sets himself separate and different from everybody else. And I think, and not to say that he's my brother again, but he's a kind of a good-looking guy. And I think that helped, along with his dedication and his hard work. It's been a blessing. I got to say, it's been a blessing.
Absolutely.
30 years in the making, but it's been a blessing.
And there's also your brother Costa.
Yes, yes.
So the whole family is involved.
Yes.
Why don't you explain to us about Costa? What is his role?
Costa, I'm the oldest.
Okay.
Costa is the middle, and Criss is the youngest. We started out many years ago, probably 30 years plus ago as a family, and started in the music. I'm very much into music. I own music schools and stores and over New York over the years, and I produced and recorded over my life. And Costa did drums and keys, and I studied the music. And Criss also did drums and did some music as well. So we formed as a young unit years ago as a little group together, as a family. And we performed for the family and friends and different functions of church and parties or what have you. So Christopher, at the age of 6, was shown a little magic card trick by our Aunt Stella during Christmas. And once he was shown that trick, it was over. He just was hooked, line and sinker, and practiced and studied and practiced and studied and dedicated his whole life to the pursuit of his dream, which was his magic. And we started and have done it as a family for many years. Costa now lives full-time in Vegas. Criss is full-time in Vegas. And I go back and forth every few weeks, back and forth from Long Island to Las Vegas. Costa runs the money aspect and makes sure that the money is coming in properly and making sure that it goes out properly and just watching over and making sure. Because you know in the entertainment field, there's a lot of wrongs.
Absolutely.
You know.
But let me ask you this. Did you ever think that your brother, growing up in your childhood and watching him grow from 6 to 16, and did you ever think he would do stunts like this? I mean, some of the stunts he does, let's face it,
Yeah.
some of it is life-threatening.
Well, to answer your first part of your question, you know, my brother Criss, at a very young age, we knew as a family, with my mom and my dad and my brothers, we knew at a very young age that there was something about Criss that really set himself separate and apart from everybody else. He had that it, you know, that it factor that everybody says. He did have it. And we knew, maybe I'm not speaking for my family, but I'm speaking for myself. I knew at a very young age that he would be very, very successful. To the point of risking his life every single time that he does this life-threatening demonstration or illusion. I mean, it's not BS. He's really doing it. And I can contest to that because many times he almost did die and ended up in the hospital. And a lot of people say, how can you practice something like that? How can you practice something? And I said, how do you practice something that has never been done before? I use the analogy of Houdini. When Houdini, you know, kept jumping over and beating his world record. How do you practice that? You don't. You practice it as you're doing it. So when he practiced it as he was actually doing the demonstration or the illusion. And many times it went bad, and a few times he ended up in the hospital. So to answer your question, yeah, I knew that he would be successful. I really did.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Success is definitely his middle name. I mean, he is just unbelievable. You talk about magic and illusions, and Criss Angel is the guy that stands out. I don't know anyone who's even close to doing what he.
I appreciate the props, and not to boast, but if my brother was sitting here, he would say thank you first of all. That was very kind. But it is true. He does set the precedent in the world of magic. He is voted multiple times the #1 magician in the world.
Yes.
And you know that doesn't just come because it comes. It comes with dedication, hard work, a vision, a dream. And really, really dedicating your life to a passion. And his passion, since he's been 6, has been the art of magic. And because he's on top and he wants to stay on top, that's why he does these life-threatening demonstrations, because, again, he wants to be different, unique, and set himself separate from everybody else.
And he's done that. Do you know any of these tricks?
Well, I don't want to use the word tricks, but do I know how the demonstrations are done? Absolutely, because we are family, and it is something that is done by practice. There's no mirrors, there's nothing. It's just a lot of practice, and you know. And my brother always says it's a fine line between reality and illusion. It's up to the viewer to find out or try to distinguish which is the reality and which is the fine line. You know.
Right. Why don't you talk about Vegas, what you guys do at the Luxor Casino?
My brother has a 10-year contract with the MGM in the Luxor. The Luxor, for you viewers at home, is the pyramid. And he has a theater that he performs 10 shows a week. The theater holds about 1,600 people live, and it's called Believe with Cirque du Soleil. It's my brother's show. And he does 10 shows a week. He does approximately 16,000 people a week. So 5 years have, matter of fact, October 31st will be our 5-year anniversary. So we did 5 years already, and we have 5 more years to go. So if you viewers are in Vegas, come and check out the show. It's at the Luxor. It's called Criss Angel Believe, and it's an incredible show. My brother produced It's all really about him and how he presents the illusions and magic. It's a great, great, great show. It's about 90 minutes. Phenomenal show.
Well, congratulations on the 5 years, and we wish you guys absolutely another 5.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
Can you teach me how to levitate?
You know what? Actually, go to ChrissAngel.com, C-R-I-S-S, angel.com, and my brother has teaching DVDs and teaches certain magic and illusions and demonstrations, and one of them is to show you and teach you how to levitate.
So there is a DVD out there where Criss could show us.
My brother teaches the viewer how to levitate and what the process is and how do you do it. Yes.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Well, JD, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we get back, I want to talk a little bit about you and classic cars and music and all that stuff that you're involved in. We'll be back in a few minutes after these words.
Are you planning an event and want to include entertainment, but you're not sure where to turn? Act1Entertainment.net has provided over 1,500 events with quality, affordable live entertainment at private parties, corporate affairs, festivals, bike rallies, and more. Act 1 will fit into your budget. They're friendly, reliable, and do all the legwork for you. They take all major credit cards. Log on to Act1Entertainment.net for a free, no-obligation price quote, or call 631-758-3505 for a brochure. You'll be happy you did.
This is Beth.
Hi.
Oh, congratulations. When are you due?
I'm not pregnant.
Oh, look at that. Excuse me.
You're totally thin.
You look very sexy.
For life's bleachable moments, all it takes is 3/4 of a cup.
Guys, ready for the show? Yeah. Enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I'm here with JD. If you guys want to call in, we're going to be taking some calls. If anybody wants to call in, the number here is 631-669-7999. Feel free to call if you have any questions for JD.
I'm going to interrupt you, Vinnie.
Go ahead.
I want to congratulate you. I know you've been doing this now for about 2 months.
It was something like that, yeah.
And I want to wish you all the success.
I appreciate
that. You got
that.
a great venue here with Madhouse TV. I think that's a great local, there isn't that much here on the island, that has this type of venue. And I wish all you guys success. I think it's a great reach out to the viewers, and I'm sure you got a great response worldwide.
Worldwide, and we appreciate that. It's live. This is live. So whatever happens, like I say every week.
So if I knock this over, okay.
Oh, that's the end of it. But yeah, it's definitely live. If you knocked it over, if you, lost your pants, we can't do nothing
let's
about
not go that far.
I don't want to go far, but sometimes on live TV these things happen. So this is
Absolutely.
the real live reality TV show. And like I say in my intro, this isn't like a Jersey Shore thing or something that we edit.
Right.
So if I get
real
out of
time,
line,
whatever happens, happens.
Yeah, you'll take care of me
to you
outside
guys.
later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Now, music. I know you're big with music and classic cars.
Oh, yes.
So what do you want to start with first, classic cars or the music?
Well, I guess let's talk about a few minutes about the music. As a young boy of 8, I started taking lessons, and my mom and dad took me to lessons constantly, with guitar lessons and keyboard lessons and what have you. And then from there, wrote some music and produced some albums, and I'm not going to mention stuff that people know and heard of. But and then from there, I opened. I had 3 schools and music stores in New York. I was very fortunate, and then still to this day, still produce and write and play. It's just a passion, when you have music in your blood, whether you do it just for yourself or whether you do it for an audience, it's in your blood, and it's a great, if you want to use the word hobby or if you want to use a career, but I've been very fortunate to have it for both, as a career and a hobby.
Right. Yeah. Well,
I love it. I love music. I've been still doing it for a long time.
Yeah. I've been DJing for 30 years.
So you know.
So I know all about it. Yeah. I know all about it.
When it's in you, it's in you, no matter what.
Absolutely. As a little kid, I would imitate Elvis.
That's how I started.
Really? You too?
Oh my gosh.
I do a better Elvis than you, though.
Let me hear you.
No, but I do. No, I mean, yeah.
That's how I started, seriously. I was 8 years old, sitting on the couch with my yaya. Yaya in Greek means grandmother. And Elvis is there.
Right.
This is my cousin Gus. Gus is the one. Gus, my cousin, is the one who hooked us up.
Listen, live TV. Last week I had
Come here, Gus.
Tone in the front of this.
I don't care if you're dirty. Cousin Gus.
Gus, please come on, ladies and gentlemen. Gus is my brother-in-law. He's married to my wife's sister, Liz. And Gus is he's a great guy. A great guy. He's done he's got the hands of gold. He's done a lot of work in my home. And when he has the time, I know he takes the time out and helps me out.
Yeah.
He turned my garage into a playroom. You got to see.
Wow.
It's beautiful. The kids love it.
Very talented.
Everybody loves Gus.
Right.
Everybody in the family. I wish I could get him on camera here, but he ain't going to come
But he's
on
the
camera.
one who hooked us up.
He did. He did hook us up because before we walked into this door, I never met JD.
That's true.
And it's been a pleasure.
And I'm honored.
Absolutely.
I'm honored. So Gus, great hookup.
Thank
Nice.
you,
Your brother-in-law
Gus.
is very, very cool.
Yeah,
All
keep
right.
me for a while. All right.
Again,
Off
live
mic, he said
TV,
he
this
might
is what
keep-
happens,
Well,
right?
yeah. I want to.
Both leaving to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Classic cars. I had a '66 Pontiac
Goat?
Bonneville.
Oh, Bonneville.
Everybody says the goat, but I didn't have the goat. I had the big one. I had a '76 Eldorado convertible.
Nice.
I don't know if you noticed, but I like to wear gold and
I've noticed.
the hair back and.
I'm obviously
Like the Guido type.
I'm going to guess he's Italian.
Yeah, I'm a little bit. Yeah,
Just a little.
So I know, classic cars. You think of muscle cars,
Right.
But me, I was more of the Eldorado convertible.
Right. The cruisers. You like the cruisers.
Yeah, I like the big boats.
Right.
What did you have? We got a caller.
Do you want to grab that first?
I'll grab it.
Okay.
Thank you for calling Madhouse TV. You're on the DJ Vinnie Dice Show with JD. How can we help you?
Hey, just wanted to call and say hi. My name is Tracy. I'm calling from Jersey, and I want to say I'm a big fan. And I was listening to the show. I'm actually out in the soccer field. I'm streaming it on my phone, and I just wanted to say I'm a huge fan.
Soccer mom.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
No. I didn't really say soccer, Mom. I said I'm out in the soccer field watching soccer, but you can go with that, I guess.
Well, thank you
I
for your
wanted
support.
to know if he sings.
Yes, Tracy. First of all, thank you for the call. Thank you for your support. And yes,
You do? I wonder if you could sing something for me.
oh boy. Well, why don't we save that for the next show, and I'll sing something for you. How's that?
Seriously? Oh, okay. When's the next show?
Well, that will be something that we can discuss with Vinnie, but I will have something planned for you. Anything that
what kind of music do you sing?
What kind of music do you want to hear?
I bet you can belt out some serious rock and roll.
I think I can do that. I think I can do that. Well, we'll definitely make that for the next time.
Awesome, because I'm looking at you and I'm thinking rock star.
Well, thank you. I don't see you, but I appreciate the call, and thank you so much for your support. And check us out on Spike TV, October 15th.
What do you see? What do you see like me singing when you see me?
You? Oh, well, I see you sit, just mix it up, 70s disco, just dance.
No. I said, what did you, singing, me as a singer, what do I
think she said 70s disco.
But she wants me to mix it up.
Oh, no, I see Frank Sinatra, I see like...
Oh, cruising.
I see like a Frank Sinatra kind of singer.
The summer wind.
Yes, that's what I think.
That's what you
think. Like a Dean Martin kind of...
All right, live.
All right.
That was a little Elvis, by the way.
A little Elvis, baby. A little Elvis, man. All right, listen, Tracy, I want to thank you for the phone call.
Excellent.
I'd rather be a rock star, but I guess Frankie will do. All right, thank you for the phone call. Have a good day.
Bye-bye now.
You too. Bye-bye.
That was nice.
Frank Sinatra.
Yeah, you sound like a little bit like Frank and a little bit like Elvis there for a second.
I had a combination.
Yeah, that little vibrato happening there.
Yeah.
But getting back to
the cars.
So when I was a young man in high school, I was 17, and as Greeks, with Gus and his father and my father were partners. They had restaurants, and grew up in the restaurant business with our family. And my dad had a heart of gold. So I walk into a stationery, and right on the front cover of this magazine was this Corvette, a 1969 Corvette. Oh. And I was with this young lady at the time, and I said to the girl, I was a little cocky at the time. I said, you know what? It was a Saturday. A little at the time. I'm a little better now. And I said to the young lady, I said, by Wednesday, this car is going to be in my driveway. So I went home. I said, Dad, you got to come and check out this car. What a great car. Here, I bought the magazine and showed my father. And I said, Dad, can we go check it out? So make a long story short, my father, I did not know, brought a wad of cash with him. We went to look at this car, and half an hour later, had see my father with the owner and doing this. He negotiated a deal and bought that car for me. And that's 35 years ago, roughly. And sure enough, that car was in the driveway Wednesday. But I still have that car today in memory of my dad, and I completely restored it. And it ended up being a very, very rare car. It's a 1969 Corvette Baldwin motion car. I don't know if you know what that is. But only 4 of them ever made. My father never knew. And I still have that car today, and I completely rebuilt it. But since then, over the years, I've developed a hobby, which now is a passion and which now is an addiction. And I collect old cars from 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, up until 1972. I have an old array of different styles and different types of cars.
Where do you keep these cars? I mean, it sounds like you have a lot of cars.
I have some here in Long Island, mainly here in Long Island.
So everywhere.
Yeah, I love them. I do car shows. I'm asked to host some shows, and I enjoy it. It's just a good out for my mind, and it's to me they're art. Right. They're art. They don't make them like that now, you know.
Can I have one?
Sure, why not?
No, just one.
No problem. No problem. No problem.
I mean, not the vet, because I know that's
tied to my mom and dad. That was a gift, yeah.
And what engine's in that vet?
That's got a 350. 350 with the Posi 410 Posi rear.
Oh, the Posi rear?
Yeah.
The 410?
410 Posi, yeah.
The 410
Remember that, Gus?
410.
Yeah, straight. Very good. He remembers.
I mean, he's not mic'd up, so the people probably like, who are we talking to? But we're talking to Gus, who's not on the mic because he don't want to come on camera. Yeah. We hear you loud and clear, but the people probably can't hear a word you're saying. No, I'm getting the head shake. They can't hear nothing you're saying, actually. But like we mentioned, Gus is here.
Yes.
And
cousin to myself.
That's right, cousins. Right. All right. Does Gus know any magic? Probably not.
He does his own magic, but I don't think he wants to discuss that.
Can you do something? Can you do something for? I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot, but a little something.
I think
maybe.
I think in about when are we coming to a commercial?
Nothing.
Oh,
I tried.
Okay, I would say in about 4 minutes we can make us appear.
No.
Oh,
so
okay.
nothing you can...
No, you know what?
Nothing?
I leave the magic to my brother because if I tried doing anything, I would absolutely butcher it.
Yeah.
So I leave that to my brother. I know my weaknesses, and that's definitely not a strong point of mine. That's my brother's thing. If you talk about music or playing, something of that nature, that I'm a little more comfortable with. But as far as magic, that's definitely my brother.
But you can do it. That's. I think that's what the people at home.
I can do. Because growing up, my brother Criss would come to me, or my mom, or my dad, or my other brother Costa, and say, "Hey guys, what do you think of this?" We would be his guinea pigs, and he would practice on us. So when he practiced on us growing up, you learn. You learn. And yes, do I know how to do certain things? Yes. Can I do them? No, because I would probably kill the demonstration or the magic trick. But do I know how they're done? Absolutely. But can I do them? No.
That's what I want people at home to know, that
it's an art.
What he does.
It's an art.
Right. What he does is not a sleight of hand, which I'm sure he can do, but what he does is the real deal. Right. And we pray for him when he goes up there because we know that. Right.
But I gotta clarify. I gotta clarify something, because a lot of people think because my brother's a little edgy, and he crosses the line, he thinks there's a demonic or he's influenced and he's got these special powers. He'll be the first one to admit it's all done by a lot of practice, hard work, and there's no special powers that he has at all. It's just something that he dedicates his life to practicing and performing, but he doesn't have any special demonic or special gifts or powers to enable him to demonstrate these illusions. I want to make that clear.
He's a man just like you and I.
He's a hard-working guy
that
dedicated his life to his passion, his goal, his dream, his vision, and it's magic. And nobody can ever straight his thinking. He had blinders on, and he went for it. And he always said, no matter what it is in life, if you're focused, determined, and work hard for it, there's nothing you cannot achieve.
Well, listen,
nothing.
There's one Elvis, there's one Frankie, and I think there will only be one Criss Angel.
Oh, thank you. It was very nice.
And I mean
Appreciate
that.
it.
And I'm sure all the viewers out there and people who see your show.
Well, I appreciate it. And I'm speaking on behalf of my brother, but I'm thanking you for him as well.
And it's my pleasure.
Perfect.
Charity, is there any? I know you guys are big with charity. Touch on that.
Yes. One thing that comes to the family's heart, especially Chris's heart, well, all of us, but mainly my brother, is these youngsters who are, unfortunately, have these ailments of cancer or disease or terminally ill. So we have their own foundation called Believe. Right. And my brother puts his own time and flies these kids in and watches the show, and he dedicates his life to help these kids who are less fortunate, and puts his time, effort, and he also puts his own money into it too. He's got a heart of gold, my brother. He really does.
And this is definitely the way to cap off the show.
He gives up, yes.
Because it just goes to show you guys, Criss Angel, his family, they're just great people, hardworking people, and they'll continue to entertain you guys at home for as long as they can. And we appreciate them, and I applaud
Thank you. It's been a blessing,
them.
guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
Madhouse TV. Check it out.
That's right.
Great, great station.
Absolutely. And I want to thank you, JD, for taking the time out and coming on the show. October 15th, Spike TV. Guys, you got to tune into Spike TV. Watch Criss Angel. Watch JD. It's going to be an unbelievable show. They'll be on Spike TV October 15th. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Next week, I'm going to have rapper LaRue in the house with me next week. Once again, guys, thanks for tuning in. Have a good night. God bless.